Okay, dear students, in yesterday's lectures or previous lectures you can say, we have done some basic concept of chemistry, in which the important topic we had did already. The first is introduction, importance of chemistry, what is the importance of chemistry in different fields, matter classification, both kind, physical and chemical classification we had did. In yesterday lecture we discussed about the system of units followed, FPS, MKS, SI system, which is the latest one we are using nowadays. Then we have discussed the fundamental list, that some physical quantities in SI system has been considered fundamental. Okay, the rest of all are the derived units. So today's lecture is regarding absolutely towards reference standard. Okay, what is reference standard? First thing, we know that already that length is a fundamental unit, its SI unit is meter. But how will we define 1 meter? What is exactly 1 meter? So exactly 1 meter, the definition is given in your book, is that length, or you can say distance traveled by light in 1/3 into 10 raised to power 8 seconds. In that much seconds, how much distance traveled by light, that length is actually termed as 1 meter. Mean to say, we have fixed some dimensions, we have fixed some particular definitions, like for mass, kilogram, we know that SI unit, but how exactly 1 kilogram is? So 1 kilogram, for now we have considered that there is a cylinder made up of platinum and iridium. Okay, is put it in we have put that in a lab over there. Mass of that cylinder is exactly considered 1 kilogram. Okay, so which is giving exact definition, accurate definition of these fundamental quantities. Those things are termed as reference standard. So what is the importance of reference standard? The importance of reference standard is that you have instruments, like in daily life you are using measurements, like if you are going at a shop to buy sugar, you need 1 kilogram sugar. So what exactly amount of 1 kilo? At that time you use weighing scale. So how do you know that weighing scale is accurate? Or any instrument, like you are measuring your temperature. Okay, so how you will get to know that the temperature measured by instrument you are using is exact or accurate? So that's why we have made reference standard. So reference standards are the exact, or you can say accurate, okay, measurements considered okay, reference standards are the accurate measurements considered to calibrate mean to say, you can compare that whether you are this instrument, we will use like we are using weighing scale. Suppose we are measure 1 kilogram. Okay, so that exactly 1 kilogram, how we will know that is exactly 1 kilogram, not 1.002 kilogram? We will compare it with the reference standard. We use that, we compare that weighing scale to the reference standard. Our reference standard, I have told you, is the platinum. So reference standards are used to compare your instruments, that whether they are working accurate or not. So this comparison is known as calibration. So reference standards are the accurate measurement considered to calibrate the different instruments. Okay, that's the importance of the reference standards particularly. Okay, so that is one of the topic today we are going to discuss. Okay, so I am, according to me, you have understand what is the meaning of the reference standard. Reference standards are the exact or accurate devices which is used to calibrate the instruments you are using it in your day-to-day life. Okay, so the next topic we are going to discuss in today's lecture is regarding uncertainty. Uncertainty in measurement. Okay, what do you mean by uncertain? Mean to say you are not confident. You are not confident that your measurement is accurate or exact. How? For example, suppose you went to shop to buy 1 kilogram sugar, but you have clearly sees that in some cases when the weighing scale is reading one point, like in digital case, today's mostly shops have digital scales. If the sugar weight is around about 1.0010 kilogram, still he gives you the, so why he is not extracting 0.0110 gram from that? Why? Because 0.01, this is actually, okay, this is, you can say, 10 milligram. So why this 10 gram is not important? Because 10 gram sugar is not worth much. That's why he neglect that measurement. But this is not exact measurement. So that's why this is uncertain. We are remain uncertain measurement. Suppose, and one more thing, how would we know that exact measurement is not this one? We know the measurement up to only 3 decimal. If anyhow that sugar is amount actually 1010, then your weight scale only give up to here. So this will remain uncertain. Mean to say, from that scale we cannot. The weighing scale you see at mostly shops is up to 3 decimal. Mean to say the minimum amount it can measure 1 gram. But if some quantity is less than 1 gram, mean to say 0.0001 gram. So how will you can say it goes in the milligram, microgram. So how will you know by this amount of weight by that weighing scale? So that is the limitation of that weighing scale. So in day-to-day life you remain uncertain about many measurements. Okay, why? Because they are negligible. Like in many cases you have seen that shopkeeper have neglected this 0.10 gram. That's why we are remain uncertain about it. But in case of scientific notation, we cannot be uncertain. So that's why what are the many methods to reduce this uncertainty? The first one is he is using is scientific notation, that you can use scientific notation. Scientific notation is used in which cases? Like if you go for the Avogadro number is actually 60230000000. Okay, it's a long number. So how we will calculate this? So he has considered that instead of writing this one fraction, you can convert into 6.023 into 10 raised to power 23. It is 22 pardon. 6.023. So this is the scientific notation, that you can convert the larger number in 10 raised to power something. That is your scientific notation, particularly the method of scientific notation. Okay. Now the another thing which can convert your measurement from uncertain to certain, the best one we are using nowadays is significant figure. Is significant figures. Okay. Now you will talk about what is significant figure. So to understand the meaning of significant figures, you have must to know how to count them. Why we are discussing significant figure? To reduce the uncertainty of such kind. Like if I give you that this is 1 kilogram sugar, we measured it, then it is find out 1.01. kilogram. So the exact information is this one. Why? Because these have more significant figures. And what if another weighing scale have more decimal, measure more lesser quantity, and he measure the sugar in this manner? So it is more relevant information. It is giving more exact what is the amount. So that's why significant figures importance. Like this 1 kilogram, okay, is represented only one significant figure, while this one have 3 significant figures. This one have how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 significant figures. So if significant figures are increasing in your measurements, then you are becoming more certain to your measurement, more specific to your measurements. That's why we are discussing significant figures. But to measure to know how much significant figure are in the situation, like if you go for something written 100 and it is written in the form of 100.0, then if you go in this one, the significant figure is only 1. But if you talk about this one number, the significant figures are 3. Okay, so there is a different methods to know the significant figures in your measurement, how it is written. First rule to measure, that all non-zero digits, if your measurement written in this manner 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, so all non-zero digits are considered significant. Okay, now talk about zeros between two significant figures. Zeros between two non-zero digits are significant. Mean to say, if like a 1 0 0 0 and there comes a non-zero digit 2, so these zeros will be countable. But if a 0 will between in this side, that will be not counted in the significant figures. Okay, if it is a 0 in this count, it is not counted in the significant figure. The only significant 0 will countable which one? Which is between two non-zero digits. Those are countable. So this one digit have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significance. Okay, the next rule about counting, like one example I have given you about the zeros of this one. If there is a decimal first, then there comes zeros and 1 0. Okay, so the zeros before non-zero, mean to say these zeros before the preceding, before non-zero, these zeros are not significant. But this 0 will be considered significant because this is after. Okay, in case of decimal. Okay, if there is 10 written, it is after non-zero, but there is no decimal, still this 0 is not considered as significant. Okay, so the above example, this one have only 2 significant figures. Okay, now the next terminology, if something is written in the 10 raised to power, mean to say in scientific notation, like 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23, this will not consider significance. This measurement will actually tell you that whether how many significant figures exist, because we know the measurement actually up to only those figures. So that this one contains 1, 2, 3, 4. This 0 comes between two non-zero. That's why this will be considered. So that's why this one have 4 significant figures. Okay, so these are the terminology regarding the significance figures particularly. Okay, so today we have discussed 2 topics particularly. One is your reference standard. Another term is your significant figures. So your homework is to read particularly this topic and sort out 10 questions and their answers in rough notebook. Okay, thank you.